Dog Works Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dog Works. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com. You can support this podcast on patreon.com/First Paw Media. From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dog Works Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is Dog Works Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
Is your dog the next Brad Pitt bull or Clint Eastwood wolf? Is your fur baby ready for prime time? Well, the answer is obviously yes. How does a talented four-legged actor break into showbiz? Surprisingly, aspiring canine actors must take many of the same steps as human actors to make a career in acting. With a bit of research and luck, fans could be asking for your dog's autograph. Your dog has to have more than just good looks to be an actor. While a dog's appearance will always be important, the ability to follow commands is even more important than a pretty muzzle. At a minimum, your dog must be trained to consistently sit, lay down, head up or down, stay, speak, circle, and hit a mark. Hitting a mark is when a pet can be directed to a certain mark and perform, sit, or lay down, as well as go from one mark to another. Also, while filming a scene, the owner or trainer may be up to 10 feet away and unable to give voice commands, so dogs must respond to hand cues. Dogs should also have good concentration and not be easily distracted by people, loud noises, crew, equipment, lights, or sudden movement. If your dog is able to follow these basic commands, then your dog may be on the way to the red carpet. Additional skills may be required depending on the role, and dogs may have to learn new tricks. Dog actors should also be able to interact with other actors in natural and convincing ways. Of course, some roles will require a specific breed, size, or color, but many roles will be cast primarily on the dog's ability to follow instructions and hit their marks. Most importantly, casting directors are looking for healthy, happy dogs, so make sure that your dog is seen regularly by a veterinarian and properly groomed to be camera ready for a close-up. How to become a dog actor. Just like human acting, there is no one path to stardom. Many acting dogs are discovered at shelters by trainers, who often can contact casting directors directly and recommend animals for projects. Owners, however, can submit dogs to casting directors as well in hopes of getting a lucky break. There are also many talent agencies that represent animals and are always looking for new four-legged talent. There are two ways to get in front of a casting director: casting calls and auditions. Dog casting calls. Casting calls are held when a casting director is looking for new talent. A pet can attend an open casting call and be seen for a role. There are many dedicated websites that list available pet casting calls in your area. Social media, mainly Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, is also a great way to find out more information about new film productions and where dog casting calls will be held. Dog auditions. The other way to get cast is through an audition, which is invitation only. Major TV and film roles and commercials are usually cast this way. Auditions for animal roles are very similar to auditions for humans and are an opportunity to perform a scene in front of a casting director. These casting sessions can be in person or on tape and may consist of several rounds before the final decision is made. Consistency is very important with dog actors, and the audition process is good practice because if your dog is cast, they may be asked to perform the same task many times in a row. That's why it is important to have a dog that can be focused and will not be easily distracted or become frustrated. While Hollywood may offer many opportunities for both canine and human actors, there are opportunities to work in film, TV, and commercials across the country. Like humans, dog actors may start out acting in non-union student films, music videos, or local commercials to gain experience and obtain film for an acting reel, which are highlights of an acting job. Many roles are listed on Craigslist, trade publications, and websites, as well as casting platforms. How to submit your dog for an acting role. To submit your dog for a role, you will need to have good photos of your dog. While they don't have to be professional headshots, they do need to be accurately showing what your dog looks like, including close-ups as well as full body shots. Try to have a variety of photos that really show your dog's personality. As your dog gains experience, make sure to have an updated resume that includes any special skills or talents your dog has. For more experienced canine actors, you should have a short video or acting reel that shows highlights of past work. Be sure to include at least one scene of your star barking so casting directors can hear your dog. How much do dog actors get paid? While the Tom Cruises of dog acting like Lassie and Toto can make a lot of money, most dogs starting out in the biz can make anywhere from $50 a day for a student film to several hundred a day for a non-union commercial. According to the Hollywood Reporter, an established animal actor working on a union TV series can make over $100,000 a year, which is twice as much as the average union actor makes. However, animal actors earn far less and can expect $4,000 to $10,000 a year. Also, agents and trainers will earn a commission, which is usually a flat rate per project. For human actors, commercials can be very lucrative, particularly national commercials. However, since dog actors are not eligible to join the union and technically the owner or trainer is being paid, the pay for animal actors is usually far less than human actors in commercials. Most contracts will specify a flat rate for a buyout, which means the dog actor does not receive any residuals. While that may seem unfair as a dog becomes more successful and if a dog has a unique skill, the pay will go up because the dog will be difficult to replace and in higher demand. This is when a dog's appearance may be important too, as some established roles will require a look-alike dog when the original star retires. For example, over a dozen collies played Lassie in various films, TV shows, and personal appearances. How to protect your dog on film sets. Getting your dog cast in a movie, TV show, or commercial is certainly exciting, but ultimately, you must make sure that your dog enjoys working and is safe at all times. Fortunately, union projects have very strict rules whenever animal is cast, and your pet's safety is taken very seriously on set. SAG-AFTRA is the union that represents actors and provides strict guidelines for having animals on set. For example, according to SAG-AFTRA, all union productions that include animals must register with the American Humane Society and enroll in the No Animals Were Harmed certification program to ensure proper safeguards are in place to protect animal actors. Producers obviously want all actors, human and canine, to be safe on set, and an additional incentive to keep performers safe is that an injury to the talent could result in significant costs associated with a delay in production. A serious injury on set will almost always shut down production and could mean the end of the project. In addition to following strict guidelines for the use of animals on film established by the American Humane Society, union projects are required to have general liability insurance for loss of property and bodily injuries. However, any injury to a human actor will be insured through workers' comp, which technically is not available to animals which are not considered to be people under the law. Animals are considered property under the law, and most likely any injury to an animal on set would be covered under the general liability insurance policy. Non-union projects, however, are not required to provide the same protections as union projects and often will not have insurance coverage, which means any injury on set to a canine actor may only be covered by an existing private insurance policy. Check with the insurance agency or agent to make sure it covers any accidents to animals. Despite the many safeguards in place to protect animal actors, accidents do happen, and the best protection is a pet insurance policy designed specifically for your pet, like those offered by Pets Best. As with any legal issue, you should consult with an attorney before agreeing to any contract and ensure your rights are protected. With a bit of hard work and some luck, your dog could book a role and be on the way to stardom. Lights, camera, bark. Okay, guys, let's press pause for a sec. Maybe ask yourself, why did this resonate with me? What aspect of my relationship with my canine buddy could I apply to this? And what am I going to do differently this week to make my dog's training a little easier? Take time to mull it over. Talk it out with a family member or trusted friend. Put some ideas down in your training journal and then check back next week for our next episode. As always, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this episode. So reach out and DM me over on Instagram at @FirstPawMedia and let's spark a conversation. Until then, keep going. You're doing great. It is time to create the relationship with your dog that you've always dreamed of. Thanks for listening to DogWorks Radio. Find the show notes for this episode and all others at dogworksradio.com. And if you know someone in your life who needs help with their dog's training, be a hero and share our podcast with them, and we will see you next time.
From First Paw Media, this is DogWorks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media. Did you know that Alaska DogWorks trains service dogs for those in need throughout North America? Each and every service dog that is trained through the Lead Dog Service Dog Program and Michele Forto and her team has an individual training plan. We train for autistic, mobility, psychiatric, and PTSD for our soldiers for service work. If you know of someone that may need a service dog, please take a moment and check out Alaska DogWorks on social media and at alaskadogworks.com.